Hello, this is group number 11 for group project number 2. My name's Andrew and I'm going to be doing number 2 on the work. So, this is going to be giving us our series of n is going to be starting at 2 and it's going to infinity of 1 plus c and then to the power of negative n is equal to 2. So what we're trying to do in this problem is we're trying to find the value of c. So what I did to start this problem out is I rearranged 1 plus c to the power of negative n. I said that's just going to be the same as 1 over, and then 1 plus c to the n, just positive n. And then I said, so this would start at 2, so I said 1 over 1 plus c to the power of 2, and then I did it to the power of 3, 4, and then this is just going to go on to positive infinity. So the first thing I did was I had this series, and I said, like, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to factor out as much as I can. So what I factored out is a 1 over 1 plus c squared. So that's what I do right here. I factor it out, and then I have the first term being 1. And then I start going 1, 2, and this would go 3, 4, and like I said, it's going to go to positive infinity. So what I did here was I said, look, what we can do is, because we know the series is convergent, because we know it converges to 2, we can say the sum is going to be equal to a over 1 minus r. So r is going to be the rate, and a is going to be like the first term. So we know the rate is going up every time. You see how it's squared, you can say, it's geometric, you could say it's 1 over 1 plus c. And then we know the first term really easily, it's just 1. So I put the sum back in here. Instead, I just substituted the sum for that. And then I have 1 over 1 minus, and then our r, which is going to be 1 over 1 plus c. So what I did here was I rearranged this to a nicer form of it. So I rearranged, I said 1 over 1 minus 1 plus c, and then I'd say I converted this 1 to a 1 plus c over 1 plus c, and then I subtracted these, so now I have 1 over 1 plus c minus 1. These 1's cancel, and then I rearrange this one last time to get 1 plus c over c. And then with this, what I can do is I can look back to our initial thing and our initial series where I factored out that 1 over 1 plus c squared, and I'd multiply this with what I just solved for the sum. So the 1 plus c squared in the denominator and the 1 plus c will cancel out, so then what we ultimately get is 1 over c times 1 plus c. So what I did with this was I said, like, this is going to be our sum. So we know our summation is going to be equal to 2, but we also know it's going to be equal to 1 over c times 1 plus c. So from here I say, well, look, we have 2 over 1, and then c, and then times 1 plus c. So I focused on it being equal to 2 because we already just proved here that it's going to be equal to our series. So from what I do here is I just rearrange this and multiply it out. So first thing I do is I multiply by this denominator. So now I have 2 times c times the 1 plus c is going to be equal to 1. I factor out I multiply the 2 times c by everything, by what's inside of the parentheses, 1 plus c. So now I have 2 times c times 1, which is going to be 2c, and then I have 2 times c times positive c, so now I have 2c squared. And then I move this 1 back onto the left side, and then I'm going to have 2c squared plus 2c minus 1 is equal to 0. So what I notice from here is this is a quadratic, and then to solve for c, what I have to do is I would just have to plug it into the quadratic equation. So I have negative 2 plus or minus 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 1 over 2 times 2. And then this would solve to negative 1 plus or minus root 3 over 2. And then from here we know, well, shoot, we have 2 different solutions. We could be adding root 3 or we could be subtracting root 3. So what we can remember is the absolute value of 1 over 1 plus c has to be less than 1. Because we know this is a convergent series. So we know our value for c has to be plus root 3 in the numerator, because this is going to be equal to 0.366, and then negative 1.366, the absolute value of that is going to be greater than 1. So we can ultimately say our value for c is going to be -1 plus root 3 over 2. And that is our solution to find the value of c of this series. Yeah, thank you.